Yeah, good morning, everyone. Switch on your cams. We'll start off in a minute. The cam should be on during the session. Hope everyone can hear me clearly and you can see what I'm writing on the screen. Great. Others, cams on. Okay. Krisha, Abhijit, Akshita, cams on. Daksh, Daria, Dhruv, Dia, Nishank, Omkar, Rushabh, cams on, everyone. Okay, great. So today, right, what we'll be starting with is the basic math for physics. Now, it's like, there's a certain part of maths which you should know. Again, we are not going to do exactly like, proper complete maths course. What we'll be doing is I'll be teaching you all the maths that is required for 11th and 12th physics. So this is all the physics concepts that keep popping up, everywhere in 11th and 12th. So that is a pretty important thing. That's what we'll start with. And there are a few announcements. First thing, I think we are hitting almost 30 students. Okay. So what we'll be doing from next week, right? We'll be splitting the batch. From next week, we'll have two batches. So we will split you guys into two parts. We'll make it 15, 15, 16, 16, whatever it is. Just that, so that it will be a better interaction, it will be easy to discuss and it will be more comfortable. So the thing is, so you can tell Vimy ma'am, so in case you want to be with your friends, you can tell Vimy ma'am, we'll put you in one group. If you don't tell anything, we're going to split you randomly. Okay? So if you all are from some same school, you want to be together in a same class, so you just inform Vimy ma'am, she'll keep you in the same group. So in case you really don't care, you just ignore it. We'll be creating a new WhatsApp group. We'll be sending some students to the other group. So next Monday onwards, we'll be having again a smaller batch size. It will become like what 18, 20 again. So we will be splitting the batch next week. That was one. Second thing, Tuesday evening, 9 o'clock, we have a parents teacher meeting, an orientation session, you can say. So in the orientation session, I and Lucky sir will be discussing like, what is the plan going ahead, what we are going to do. Because few things we noticed, things are quite bad actually. In school, right? Whatever you guys learned in 10th standard, I think everything is online, no? So things are quite messed up that we are observing now. So we need to do something about it because I think they skipped almost 1/3 of the portion, I guess, school mein. But all the portion is there for 11th and 12th entrance exams. So the basics and all are quite bad. So we are going to discuss everything in the orientation session, right? That was one. And we are having something called, basic arithmetic sessions for people who are having trouble. There are some students who are used to calcs and reference books, everything. So any other queries, everything, we can always discuss in that orientation session. These are the two things. And third, Friday and Saturday, we are having cover-up sessions. So in case students who missed the last two of my classes or Lucky Circle class, right? Or you think like, sir, I need to attend once more so that, I didn't understand that well. You can attend the cover-up classes on Friday and Saturday. Friday will be Lucky Circle cover-up class and Saturday will be mine. We'll be informing you in the group anyway. right? But I'm just telling you beforehand. So in case you think like, you missed a certain topic, you want to sit again, you can come and sit. No problem. So these are the main things. So first thing, we are going to split the batch into 2 parts from next week to get a smaller batch size. And second thing, we'll have orientation on Tuesday. Next thing, we'll be giving you the, what do you call it, the cover up classes on Friday and Saturday. So regarding the books and all, right, you'll be getting the material soon. Problem is the transportation is becoming a problem. We got the books printed and all, but how to give it to you guys? So that is something which we are trying to figure out. But till then, we'll give you PDFs mostly in 1 or 2 days. So PDFs, you can start using it until you get the hard copies. So these are the things. Okay? These are the announcements that I have. Next thing. Now, during the session, anytime, right, you need to go to washroom, you have an issue, you can just, privately message me and you can leave. You can just, switch off the video, go and come back. Getting it? So don't hesitate. Feel free. The most important thing is to understand. Anytime you have a question, you can always unmute the mic and ask me, sir, what is this? Can you tell again? Can you keep it? Whatever it is. So don't hesitate. I'm not going to shout on you like, oh, you didn't understand this much also. I will be the last person to do that. So don't worry about that. So feel comfortable, but study. So let's see, we'll start off with the session. So today we'll be starting with basic maths. Again, this is not a maths class. We are doing all the maths required for physics. And so that is the reason we are not interested in how the maths ka formulas came. We are interested only in the results, right? And you have to keep the cams on. In case the cams are off for more than 3-4 minutes, you'll be removed from the group. Okay? Yeah. So the first thing that we encountered, make sure to maintain a proper notes. Getting it? What I'll be writing, maintain a notes.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, yeah, my camera is showing no access. So what should I do?
Next time you have to get it sorted.
Last time it was working, sir. This is first time happening.
Okay, you have queries, you can message. Huh? Don't ask these kind of questions on mic.
Okay, sir.
Only academic questions. If you have any technical issues, you can put it in the chat.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Academic queries now ask in the mic because maybe other student also has the same problem. That helps. Getting it, sir. My dog is biting me, right? My fan is not working. I understand you have problems, so you can just put it in the chat. Let's see. The first thing is, Aditya, for now, today it is fine. Next class, try to sort it out.
Yes, sir.
Quadratic equation. So the general equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. What are the roots? X is equal to minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. So these are the two roots of the quadratic equation. We have something called a discriminant. I'll call it delta, which is given by b square minus 4ac. Now, if this discriminant delta is greater than 0, we have two unequal roots. If delta is equal to 0 over one root, both are identical. If delta is less than 0, imaginary root. Hope everyone knows this quadratic equation stuff. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Right. So let me take an example. Suppose if you have something like 3x square minus 2x, right, minus 2. What will be the roots? So if you see here, a is 3, b is minus 2, c is minus 2. So the roots would be minus b ka place mein put this thing, so minus of minus 2 plus or minus root over b square, that is 2 square, minus 4 into 3 into minus 2 by 2 into 3. So this would be 2 plus or minus, that would be 4 3 12 24, 2 over 26 by 6. So these are the two roots. Clear? There's no need to simplify further. You can leave the answer like this. Put it up.
Where will this be used in physics?
That we'll see in the next page. Patience. I'll show you. Put it up. We will use this a lot. Literally, it comes in every chapter. Copy it down, everyone. Again, how did we get these roots? We are not interested. How the formula came, we are not interested. What we are interested in is applications.
So splitting up the middle term is not used here.
Which one? The 2 plus 1 is root 26.
No. In the main equation, which is there, that 3x square minus 2x minus 2, splitting up the middle term is not required here.
No, not required. Because see, sometimes what will happen, see, for example, this kind of equation, how will you split it?
But if it's another term where...
Then you can do that, nothing wrong.
Okay.
It works. But most of the time in physics, right, you will get like this only, root 3, root 5, root 7. You won't get proper square roots most of the time.
Okay.
So normally what I do now, I remember only one formula. I don't do two things. Better you stick to one and keep doing it. Because exam may should not get confused like, should I do that or should I do this? Let's see how this is used.
Sir, when delta is equal to 0, then it is one real roots.
Yeah, there's only one real root. Meaning that is also two unequal real roots. Copied? Dev, I can't see you, Ren. Your cam is pointing towards some ceiling or something. Please make sure I can see your faces. Mayur, you're inverted. I think that is okay. I know, I mean, you can be on the ceiling. There's nothing wrong with that. You guys are still fine. Your seniors, na, some of them are on Mars and some of them are on Moon. The background. So, what are imaginary roots? We'll see. What does these things imply in physics? Turning the page.
Yes, sir.
So let's see a question. You know, this thing you must have seen in school. If a particle is projected with you, right, so it will go up and come down. A particle is thrown up with speed u. Okay. And g is the gravity. Don't worry about this. This thing, right, we'll be deriving later in a separate chapter. So the height, right, the height, the formula is given like this. Height h, height of the particle h is given by ut minus half gt square. So this is the formula. So height of the particle h is given by ut minus half gt square. Can you see this is a quadratic equation? How do you know whether something is a quadratic equation? Ut minus half gt square. Look at this thing. T to the power of 2. T to the power of 1. So whenever you have a t square term, it's a quadratic equation. So this is a quadratic equation which I have studied. Everyone knows this equation? Seen somewhere? This thing comes from here. V is u plus at. S is ut plus half at square. V square minus u square is 2as. Did you see these kind of equations anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, kinematics. Anyone who has not seen these equations or don't know these equations? Everyone knows, right? Don't worry, we're not doing that. I'm just trying to show you like where we got this equation from. Put it up. Then next week we will split the batch. But make sure to tell Bimi Mama, you be with your friends, so you inform her beforehand only. Because the timings will be different. Not much, 11:30 to 12:30, 12:30 to 1:30, something of that sort. Or we'll shift it to 11 to 12 and 12:30 to 1:30. So what time you guys wake up? 6 o'clock? No chance.
9.
9 to 10, right?
Yeah.
9 o'clock.
9.
So suppose if I start the class at 10, that shouldn't be a problem, right?
No worries.
No, right? No one sleeps till 10 o'clock, I suppose. Okay. Someone sleeps till 10 o'clock. Okay. So let me turn the page. Turning the page. So let me give a question. Example. Someone threw a particle with 10 meters per second. Gravity G is 10 meters per second square. So the question is, find the time when it reaches a height of 5 meters. This is how the question will be, right? A particle is thrown up with 10 meters per second. Find the time when it reaches a height of 5 meters. Now, let me show you this. Listen carefully. Next question you will try. What is the equation? H is equal to ut minus half gt square. So what is the height we are talking about? 5. What is u? 10. Time I have to find. Half g is how much? 10 t square. 5s are 2s are 2s are. So 1, 2t, 2 will cancel. T square. So we got t square minus 2t plus 1. So this is what? T minus 1 whole square, na? This is a perfect square. We can see directly here. So we can see here it is t minus 1 whole square. So t is equal to 1. So that's your answer. So it will reach a height of 5 meters in 1 second. Make sense? Understood how we use this thing? Suppose if you want to use a quadratic that roots, we can do that also. Roots, how will we use? T square minus 2t plus 1 is 0. A is 1, B is minus 2, C is 1. Substitute in that roots. Minus B. I'll show it on the next page. So we can use the quadratic roots and get it. Here it's just perfect square, so you can directly get the answer.
Sir,
हाँ Priyal.
sir, can we do by the formula v square is equal minus u square is equals to 2as?
But उसमें time नहीं है ना.
Okay.
Got it? Among the 3 formulas, you have to use the one where all are there. See, यहाँ पे u is given, distance is given, na? And you want time. The only equation is a s is ut plus half at square. Got it? That's why we can't use that one. Put it down. I'm just trying to show you how to use the quadratic equation in physics. Any doubts on this thing? Any part you didn't understand, please ask me. How do I know this formula? That you don't worry, it is given. That is given. For now, you take it for granted, it is given. How we got this thing, we will derive in later on. right? Turning the page.
So,
Priyal.
so I did not understand. Means how did you cancel the second step?
Here,
Yes.
5 ones are, 5 twos are, 5 twos are. This 2 and this 2 got cancelled.
So it will be cancelled by 5, no?
We've cancelled the 5 first, so how are we cancelling the 10 again with 5?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That only, no? No, didn't get it.
No, so yeah.
Let me show you again. This is 10. This is 5. This is 10t. This is minus half g, 10t square, na? 5s are, 2s are, 2s are. So this is 1, 2t minus 2t square by 2. I again cancel this 2 and 2. Got it?
No.
Sir, we were asking
We've cancelled, like we've cancelled 5
10.
first with the first 10t square, right? For the first t10. So how are we cancelling 10t square again with
Yes.
5? Like we've already cancelled that 10 with 5. So
Yes.
It doesn't work like that, right? You have to take out common, na? 5 due to 10 common. T minus t square by 2. Then you cancel, na? 5 and 2.
Sir,
Okay.
You don't cancel with one term, na? You cancel on the entire side on the right side, isn't it?
sir,
Sir,
sir, we
Sir,
can.
you did directly. They did not understand. Means
is this fine? Understood what I did?
yeah.
now this
See,
is
when you cancel
Yeah.
5, you have to cancel with all the terms on the right hand side. You just can't cancel one guy. So this would be 2 t minus t square by 2. So just multiply. That will be 2t minus t square. Hope this was fine.
Sir,
Sir,
sir, we can also do by taking t common.
you can do that also. Clear with this? Now, let's see a question. Same question. U is 10 meters per second. Gravity is g is 10. Find time taken to reach a height of, first question, 3 meters. Second question, 20 meters. Two different questions. A particle is thrown up with a speed of 10 meters per second. How much time will it take to reach a height of 3 meters? One question. How much height will it take to reach 20 meters? Second question. Get it? It's exactly the same question, only h ka value I changed. Hetvi, I can't see you, Ray. I can just put your cam little, adjust your camera. For the first answer. Try. Everyone should give it a try. See the first one. H is ut minus half gt square. H is 3, u is 10, g is also 10. That will be 3, 10t. This is minus 5t square. Rearrange it. 5t square minus 10t plus 3, meaning I brought these to this side.
Sir, I
This is your
got the answer as 10 plus or minus square root of 40 by 10.
let's see. B is minus 10, C is 3. Put it in the formula. What is the formula? Minus B root over B square minus 4AC by 2A. So
So
B ka
won't that
place
be
mein you have
minus 3?
minus 10. Which one?
Okay,
Plus
you
only, na?
changed.
These
Acha,
two came
you
this
bought,
only.
acha, you bought this side.
I brought 10 and 5 that side. So
Sir, A
plus
is 5.
minus.
Sir, A
is
is
5.
5.
My mistake. So then minus B plus or minus 10 B square will be 10 square minus 4AC by 2 into 5. So we get T is equal to 10 plus or minus root over 100, 20, 60 by 10. 10 plus
Minus
or minus
60, na?
Sir, minus 60.
So I should say there I'm checking you guys. Normally that's what the teacher says, right? I'm just testing you guys. Good. 40 by 10. So if you just divide that 1 plus or minus, how much is this? Root 40, na? So you can write that as 2 into root 10 by 10. You can further simplify this. You can 2s are 5s are, I have a better idea. Wait. 1 plus or minus root 40 by 100. I can send it back inside again. You end up with 1 plus or minus root 4 by 10. Root 2 by 5. You can leave it like this. So if you see, we got two answers. 1 minus root 2 by 5. 1 plus root 2 by 5. What does this mean? Now see, Max doesn't know what does it mean. Max will simply tell you the numbers. But what does it mean? So which one will you take the answer?
The T1.
Positive 1.
T1.
Again, let's get back to the question. What was the question? Find the time to reach a height of 3 meters. Now you tell me one thing. Whenever you throw a particle, it goes up and comes down. So the same position will come how many times? 2 times, na? That is what the mathematics is telling you. You didn't know that it is coming 2 times. But Max is telling you whatever you asked will happen 2 times. The first time is here, T1. The second time is here, T2. So T1 is while going up. T2 is while coming down. Are you getting it? I'll just draw it on the next page. Put it down till here. I'll show you what does it mean of 2 equations. In the exam, how they'll ask you? Same question. Find the time when it reaches 3 meters while coming down. Then which one should you take?
T2.
T2, no?
T2.
T2.
While going up, the first one you should take. This is how they will trap you. So you should know what does it mean. Max is telling you there are 2 roots. But what does it mean 2 roots? The meaning is what? Put it on. So understand this. Max doesn't tell you what it means. Max will simply give you some numbers. You have to interpret what does it imply. The next one you'll get a very interesting result. The 20 meters one.
Sir, how root 40 upon 100 came?
The 10 is there, na? If you send 10 into the square root, what will you get? I can write like that. 10 is root 100.
Yes.
So I divided na root 40 by 100 root 100. Is that okay? Show you? See. 10 by 10 plus or minus root 40 by 10. That is 1 plus or minus root 40 by root 100. Got it? Then the root over 40 by 100. Turn in the page. Now I'm seeing this on my laptop, so I can see if you nod also, I understand.
So the second one doesn't have real roots.
So what does it imply? The important thing is that what does it mean?
It won't reach 20 meters.
Now see, what does this thing imply? So when you throw it with 10 meters per second, it goes up and comes down, we will see later on this thing, right? Maximum height is 5 meters. There is a formula for that. Don't worry how we got it. Maximum height is 5 meters. Now, what did you ask? You said only 3 meters, na? So it will come 3 meters how many times? The first time, the second time. Got this? So the meaning of two roots is, we got two roots. Since the particle crosses the 3 meter mark twice. So that is how you know, like, you know, that's why you are getting two roots. Clear? Put it down. Let's see for 20.
Sir, so when we get only one root, so that is only for max height.
That is for max height now, because max height is the only time when you get it once.
Okay.
So if you see, all three has a meaning. Did you get it? Someone was saying something.
Yeah. So for the 20 wala thing in the equation, we can split the middle term. Yeah.
Try to split and see what you'll get if you can. Split, you can do that if you can. This thing, what I was saying, na, Krishna, see. We got two answers now. Why did you get two answers? And what does it mean? You got two answers because, just think, if you take a pen and throw it into the air, it will first cross this point, it will go up, and then while again coming back, it will cross this point. Matlab, the same height, you're coming two times, na? Think of it like this. Let's say in your building, na, 15 floors are there. You're running up and coming down. How many times did you cross the 8th floor? Two times, na? Got it? So that's why you're getting two answers, one while going up and one while coming down. Next one.
Yes.
Yeah. So for the B part, H is how much? 20 meters. So H is UT minus half GT square. People are still writing, yeah? Note it down, note it down. So in physics, that interpretation matters. Like Max will tell you this is this, and that. What if you get time negative? What do you mean by time negative? Max, let's say T, you got negative answer. What does it mean? Now you need to think like that. What does T, one root meaning, two roots meaning, you know, negative root, imaginary root? What does it imply? Substitute here, 20 minus half G 10T square. 0, 0, 0. Understand, you have to cancel 0 on entire side, right side. We get 2T, T square by 2. Cross multiply, 2 on both sides. 4, 2T minus T square. We get T square minus 2T plus 4. A is 1, B is minus 2, C is 4. So we'll stop writing this like later on. Directly we'll write the roots next time onwards.
Sir.
Yeah.
The D is coming negative value. So how will do ahead?
That's what now we'll see. So minus B plus or minus B square minus 4AC by 2A. So this is minus of minus 2 plus or minus root over B square, that is 4. 4 into 4 into 1 by 2 into 1. So 2 plus or minus root over minus 12 by 2. There are no roots. These are imaginary roots. What does this mean? This implies the particle never reaches that height. You asked an impossible question. The particle never reaches. That is what the Max is telling you. What the question you asked is wrong. It will never reach only. Meaning, you know what you asked? When you project with the 10 meters per second, you are going till here and coming down. This is 5 meters. And you are asking, when will you reach this point? It will never reach, no? You're getting it? So that's what the max is telling you. So whenever you get imaginary roots implies the situation doesn't occur. So imaginary roots imply the situation never occurs. So that is what you have to interpret. So if you got a positive root, meaning the event is happening. If you got imaginary root, the event is not happening. What if you get negative root? If you get a negative number, the event happened in the past. You're getting it? Negative time can exist. For example, see, right now, if I say now time is 0. When you say 0 time, what does it mean? When you start the clock, na? Whenever you start the clock, let's say you have a this thing, a racing clock in your hand. When you start the clock, that is when you say t is 0. See, when you say time 0, what does it mean? It is not 12 p.m. It is not 12 p.m. or 12 midnight. It is whenever you start the clock. Are you getting my point? So if I say, what are you doing 1 hour before the clock starts? You're doing something, na? You're in the past. You're getting what I'm trying to say? Put it down. I'll show you an example on that negative roots. So time can be, Krisha.
In the square root, we got -12, and that is the reason why we don't.
Yeah,
say
there are no
imaginary
roots. Yes, because discriminant is negative, na?
Okay.
Root over -12, we don't have roots.
Okay.
Sir,
Haan.
so if the answer is negative, so the event has occurred in past, yeah?
Event has occurred in the past. For example, I'll show you how. Listen to this example. You have a building. Okay, this is the, let's say, the first floor, and this is the 15th floor. And the judge is sitting here. Okay, you're standing here. Let's say you're on the 8th floor. So you start running from here. You go to the 15th floor and you come down. Okay. Now listen to the scenario. Everyone listen what is happening. So you run from the ground floor, you go up and come down. So when this person A comes here, you start the clock. Meaning when he crosses the 8th floor, you start your watch. Then he goes up and comes down. Now, if I ask you, after what time will he reach the ground floor? What will you say? This time? After some time, no? Or you can also say like this, not 10 minutes before starting, he was on the ground floor. You're getting it? This will be like time is 20 minutes. This time will be -5 minutes. This time is 0 minutes. Are you getting what is happening? 5 minutes before I started the clock, you're on the ground floor. That is the meaning of negative time. Meaning the event happened in the past. Does it make sense? Suppose if I ask you like this, what time will you reach the 30th floor? Is there a 30th floor? So you'll get imaginary roots here. Are you getting my point? What is happening? If I ask you how many times will you cross the 10th floor? How many times will you cross? Once, twice. You'll get 2 roots. You're getting all different kind of scenarios. Which floor will you get only 1 root? Which floor will you only touch once? 15th floor, no? 15th floor you'll only touch once, no? While going up and coming back, 15th floor is the only floor you'll touch once. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Negative root, imaginary root, 2 roots, single root. These are the 4 cases you get with the quadratic equation.
Sir,
Sir,
how do we identify an imaginary root?
in that root, now you get a negative number like this. Discriminant is less than 0.
Okay, sir.
Because see, what is root 16?
4.
What is root minus 16? We don't know.
No.
Got it?
Yes.
That means you're stuck in an imaginary root. That is how you know.
Okay, sir.
Clear? So if I just brief it up here. So negative roots imply, or negative time implies, the event happened in the past. Clear? Nishizan, got something? Everyone copied this? Should I keep for a minute? So that is about quadratic equation. Getting it? If you see, we are not interested in the mathematical part. The interpretation of it is more important for us. So everyone should become quite comfortable with the quadratic roots. Next Sunday, we'll have a small test. Huh? Not a big one, maybe 10-15 questions that we can have on this and Lucky Sir, whatever is teaching both together. Clear? Next thing, previous page. Now you can use the same logic, so on. If you have a cubic equation, you get 3 roots. So what does it mean? So on, so on, so on. But what you're interested is up to quadratic. Done? Copied? Next one. Daria, done? Okay. Next thing. Infinite geometric progression. We call it infinite GP. What does this thing mean? For example, if you have a sequence like this, A into R, A into R square, A into R cube, so on till infinity. The sum is given by A into 1 minus R for R less than 1. This is the formula you have to remember. Example, let me give an example. Let's say S is 1 plus half plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 2 cube, so on till infinity. Can you see how the sequence is? Every time it is becoming half, 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 half. So here A is 1 and R is what? R is half. So here A is the first term. R is the multiplying factor. Meaning by what factor the numbers are getting increased or decreased. If you see every time it is increasing by half now, 2 power 1, 2 square, half square and everywhere. Now using that formula, A by 1 minus R, you get 1 by 1 minus half. You get 1 by half, 2 will go up 2. So if you add all these things, you get a 2. This is called an infinite geometric progression. Look at the example, look at this thing. So this formula you have to mug up. A by 1 minus R. A is the first term and R is the multiplying factor. How did we get this formula? We are not interested. We are not a maths class. How to use this in physics? We are going to see. And this thing will come at multiple places. You can see this in at least 4 to 5 chapters. You will encounter this. Quadratic equations literally will come in like almost all the chapters. The roots thing. Put it down. Anything you didn't understand here, please ask me. I'll give you more examples. You get the hang of it. But in case you're confused with certain, Trisha.
So in this, the answer will always be infinite, right? That S infinite that you have written in the first formula. That will always be infinite, right? It won't have a specific value.
The end term you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. The meaning of the symbol is sum of infinite terms. We represent that with S infinity, meaning sum of infinite terms. The last term will be always infinity only, meaning it will go till infinity. Actually, eventually it will become 0. Meaning it is a very small number. I'll just write like this. That is better. Or else you'll think it is infinity.
Sir, if R will be greater than 1, then what do we?
Then we have a different formula for that, but we don't use it in physics. I'll show you that formula also. But again, we are just doing what is required. Don't worry about
Sir,
it.
the 2 we got in the answer, what is that 2?
The sum of all these terms, if you add all these guys, you get 2. See now, 1 plus half, 3 by 2, 3 by 2 plus 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 16, 1 by 32. If you add all this, you get that 2. Let me give an example how that works. You might be thinking, sir, if you add infinite terms, how will you get like a constant? Can I turn the page?
No, sir, 1 minute.
Sir,
R.
in first one, so AR will be the multiplying factor.
R will be the multiplying factor. No? Therefore, every time R is getting multiplied, R square, R cube. Got it? If AR was multiplying factor, it will be A square, R square, A cube, R cube. No?
Oh,
So we don't have here N, right? Like we have NAP.
Which one? N?
N, yeah.
Come again,
Because,
N?
we usually write, while solving AP sums, we write SN, no? So your N
SN,
is infinity.
Yeah, N is infinity.
Okay.
Examples. Let's say a person is standing here. There is a wall. Let's say this is 1 meter, okay? Now look at the scenario. This is the scenario. Man walks half of the remaining distance. This is the condition, okay? Whatever is the distance, he'll walk only half of it. He'll not walk the complete distance. Listen, you can write, I'll give you time. First tell me, in the first time, how much will you walk? First
Half
step, how much
meter.
will you walk?
Half.
How much is the total 1 meter? Na? 1 meter ka half is how much?
1 by
Half.
So he will walk till here. So this is the first step. So 1.5 meter he will walk. Then how much is remaining?
half.
Half.
How much will he walk now?
Half more.
1/4.
Oh.
This is the second step. Now how much is remaining?
4.
1/4. Now how much will he walk?
1/8. 1/8.
This is the third step. Then how
1/16.
much is remaining?
1/16.
1/16.
Are you getting what is happening? Tell me, eventually he will reach the wall. So if I add all these things, first step, second step, so on, 1/4 meter, third step, 1/8 meter. So if I add all this thing, total distance 1 plus 1/2 plus 1/4 plus 1/8, so on. How many times will you walk? You walk infinite times, no? Will you ever reach the wall? Eventually, right? It will take a lot of infinite steps it will take. What is the sequence? Sorry, this is half. So this is half plus 1/2 square plus 1/2 cube, so on. This should be how much? 1, na? Because this is the total distance, right?
Yes.
Are you getting it? So total distance from man to wall is this only. From man to wall is this only. Which is 1. If you see this is a GP, right? And you can use the formula for the sequence. A is half, R is also half. So what is S infinity? A by 1 minus R. Half by 1 minus half. You get half by half. I'll just write on the next page. Are you getting? So this is a GP actually. So whenever you're walking, what you're doing is actually GP only. Half of the remaining distance. So if you count all these infinite steps, you will get that much only. So eventually you will reach the wall. This will be the infinite steps. So after infinite steps, he reaches the wall.
Right.
All right. Mayur, you're saying something?
No.
Sir, but theoretically he shouldn't reach the wall, no?
Theoretically, that's why it's after infinite steps. assuming you give him enough time, infinity. Again, it's a theoretical thing. Practically, what you're saying is true. So we are assuming you have all the time that you need. Are you getting? How did you get a GP?
Sir, will R always be 1/2?
No. I gave an example like that. I'll change the number. Wait.
Okay.
It could be anything. 1/3, 1/4, anything it could be.
Is it possible that R will be in point?
No, R should be always less than 1. If it becomes 1, the sum will become infinity. No? 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 till infinity is infinity.
No, 0 point. That's what I'm asking.
0.1 you're saying?
Yeah.
It could be anything less than 1. It can be less anything.
So while solving, we have to convert it into fraction.
Yeah. I'll show you. So let's say this term is half plus 1/4 plus 1/8, 1/16, so on till infinity. Get that? Let's say s 1 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 square, 1/3 cube, so on till infinity. 2/3 plus 2/3 whole square plus 2/3 whole cube, so on till infinity. Add them. What are the answers for these? Get these three. Remember the formula. A is the first term. R is the multiplying factor. Get these three questions. So I could have taken 1/10, 1/100, 1/1000 also. So first one, what is A? Half. What
So
is
we have
R?
to find the sum.
Sum, yes.
Sir, half square.
So it will be 1.5.
So what is the formula? A by 1 minus R. So half by 1 minus half, which is half by half, which is 1. That's what we got in the previous answer. Total distance is 1 meter. Get the B and C parts.
Sir, B is 1.5.
Okay.
A is 2.
Which one?
C.
C. A. A is 1, right? Half by half. Half and half got cancelled, right? Any doubts on the first part? Please ask me. 2A. Any doubts on 2A? Please ask me. What about second one? What is A here?
1.
0.5.
1.
A is 1.
1
First
upon
term,
3.
what is R?
1/3.
1/3.
What is the formula? A by 1 minus R. A is 1. 1 minus 1/3. That is 1 by 2/3, na? 3/2. Check it out. 2B. Ask me any doubts on that.
Sir, is C2.
Okay, let's see. What is A here?
2/3.
2/3.
What is R?
2/3.
2/3 the whole square.
Formula is A by 1 minus R. So 2/3 by 1 minus 2/3. So 2/3 by 1/3, na? 3 will cancel. How much you get?
2.
2.
2.
I scribbled a little, but hope you can see. Any doubts on ABC? Please ask me.
Sir.
Priya.
So in second one, the R will be 2/3, no?
No, it is always it is not subtraction, multiplying factor. What is the number that is getting multiplied? See, next is 1/3 into 1/3.
Okay.
Next is 1 by 3 into 1 by 3 into 1 by 3. So what is a factor that is getting multiplied? 1 by 3 na, every time.
Okay.
Got it? So you have to take the factor which is getting multiplied. Sure? So for example, here, what is the factor every time? 2 by 3, na? Clear, Priya? Next one. Let's see how these are asked this question in the exam. Turn in the page. Everyone knows resistances in series.
Yes.
So if you have R1, R2, the equivalent resistance R equivalent will be R1 plus R2. Everyone knows this concept? Anyone doesn't know? So it is basically if you have two resistors, you can directly add them. Now look at the question. So you have like this infinite resistors. Okay? And this is 1 ohm. This is 3 by 4 ohms. This is 3 by 4 square ohms. This is 3 by 4 cube ohms, and so on. Find R equivalent. So you have an infinite resistors in series. And they'll ask you find R equivalent. So basically, I have to add all of them.
4 is the answer.
4.
Yes,
Yeah?
4.
Yeah.
4.
So this is how that infinite GP comes up everywhere.
Sir, the answer will be 4 ohm.
4.
The unit after.
So A is 1, R is 3 by 4. So sum would be A by 1 minus R, which is 1 by 1 minus 3 by 4. So 1 by 1 by 4.
Sir.
Sir,
Now here it is still infinity, na? So if it will be till minus infinity, then how can we do?
Minus resistance can be minus infinity, kya? Negative number.
No.
So you tell me what is minus 2 ohms?
Minus 2.
Doesn't make sense, huh? Suppose if it's Aditya, your mass is minus 5 kg. What does it mean? Doesn't make sense.
For some other question, it can be possible.
Minus infinity you don't have. You'll always have positive numbers.
Okay.
So
All clear
here
with
we
this?
won't be having any minus numbers.
Negative numbers you can have, but then you know how it will be? It will be like minus 1, minus half, minus 1 by 4, minus 1. We take out minus common. Then again it is still a GP. It won't matter. But most of the time in physics we deal with positive stuff only. Negative is little rare. Clear with this?
Sir, if we take it in parallel, then what will happen?
That's the next question. Parallel resistors. So if you have resistors in parallel, let's say R1, R2, R3, you can replace this with R equivalent. Hope everyone knows this formula. 1 by R equivalent is 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, so on. Everyone knows this parallel? Anyone who doesn't know, please ask me, I'll explain. So if you have 3 resistors in parallel like this, you can just, the R equivalent will be 1 by R1, 1 by R2, 1 by R3. So we have resistors like this up to infinity. This is 3 ohms. This is 3 square, that is 9, 27, and so on. Find R equivalent. Now see, series parallel everyone knows, but once you make infinite resistors, you need to know this concept.
Is the answer?
What is the answer? Half.
Sir,
Har.
sir, can you please once explain that how to take the R?
R, which one? Okay, smaller you're saying? Okay.
Yeah.
For example, let's say the terms are 4, 4 square, 4 cube, 4 power 4. Okay. This is the first term A.
Yeah.
This is the second term A into R.
Yeah.
Divide them. So A into R by A, that will give you R.
Okay.
So that will be 4 square by 4, no? 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That is fine. You can do like that also in case you're getting confused what is R. Take the second term, first term, divide them. That reminder is that factor is that R.
Sir.
Let me take one more. You tell me what is this? What is R?
So the first term is 10 upon 3 the whole square. And for R, we have to divide the second term and the...
Right. So what do you get? R?
10 upon 3.
Yeah.
10 upon 3 whole square.
Okay.
Because see na, this is AR na? This is A. So 10 upon 3 whole power 4 by 10 upon 3 whole square, right?
Yeah.
So 10 upon 3 whole square will remain, no?
Yeah. Okay.
Got it? How to get R?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Sir, is R equivalent to?
Sir, half.
Okay.
0.5 ohm.
0.5. Let's see. So they're in parallel, right? 3, 9, 27, so on. So 1 by R equivalent will be, first term is 1 by 3, 1 by 9, 1 by 27, so on. So this is 1 by 3, 1 by 3 square, 1 by 3 cube, so on. A is 1 by 3, R is also 1 by 3. Every time it is increasing by 3 in the denominator. So what is the sum? A by 1 minus R. So 1 by 3 by 1 minus 1 by 3. That is 1 by 3 by 2 by 3. So you get half. Now remember, what is half? 1 by R equivalent is half. What is R equivalent?
2.
2. So be careful. Option mein half will be there. That will be the first option. Everyone will do till here and write half as an answer. You have to reverse again. Na? What you got is 1 by R equivalent. Does this make sense? Any doubts? So this is how you use infinite GPs. Put it down. Any step you don't get, please ask me. Now we can do more varieties on this also. What I'll do, I'll send you a small assignment sheet on what we did today. 7-8 questions. You'll get it by tomorrow morning. You can try. All copied? Let me show you something. Can everyone hear this? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Look at this one. That's 1 by 4 infinity. Can you see the sequence? 1 by 4, 1 by 4 square, 1 by 4 cube, and everything. Now, here he's trying to show you geometrically what it means. So see carefully. Anyway, I'll be posting the video also in the group, so you can watch it again more arams at home. But let's see. You're adding to infinity. What does this mean? Triangle. Total area is 1. So total triangle ka area is 1. he divided into 4 parts. Can you see there are 4 triangles? All 4 are equal. So what is the area of this white triangle? 1/4, na? Everyone agrees with that? Total triangle area is 1. The white triangle area is 1/4. Now the upper ka triangle will be how much? 1/4 ka 1/4. The upper one 1/4 ka 1/4, so on. Right? So what is the total area? 1, na? So 3 parts, na? So 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So meaning that 1/4 ka sequence ka answer is how much? 1/3. Does that make sense? Now see that sequence what we got? 1/4, 1/4 square, 1/4 cube till infinity, na? So what is that sequence? Here A is 1/4, R is also 1/4. So A by 1 minus R, 1/4 by 1 minus 1/4, 1/4 by 3/4, 1/3. So got the same stuff. Any doubts on this? If you add all the small triangles, you get 1/3. What is R square, R cube, R square 2? Wait, 1 into 1. If you divide into R, you get R. Divide into 1. Divide R. This is the proof, geometrical proof for the formula. If you take 2 straight lines, y is equal to x and y is equal to r straight lines. What is that exactly? So we'll show the length. This is the first term. A, AR square, AR cube, AR power 4, so on. This is the corner infinity. Don't worry about this. Those are all the lengths of the lines. Short video. I'll send you the video also. You can have a look at it. Hope everyone understood everything so far. Clear? So I think that's the last for the day. We'll wind up the session with this. So next class when we meet, right, we are going to the applications of trigonometry, another part. So first we'll finish off all the basic marks part. That is the main important thing. And this is how the problems come in physics: resistances, distances, displacements in multiple places. Okay. With that, we'll wind up the session. Any doubts?